Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Nina, and if you're wondering where the accent's from, it's from Norway. So I'm a Norwegian YouTuber trying to do this in English. Today's video is in my Patriotic series, and for my followers or my subbies, you were probably expecting my cake video. I promised you a patriotic cake video as my next video, and as you probably have seen from the name of the video, this is not my cake video, and I'm going to explain why. But first I wanted to say thank you for all your comments on my two last videos on my patriotic decor and my preparations for our National Day, the 17th of May. Today it's 20th, so it's all done, thank God. And I'm going to explain why I'm saying that as well. Thank you so much for all the well wishes. I mentioned in my last video that I suffer from migraines, and that I on Monday last week got migraines, and my migraines, they last for 48 hours. Every time you can set the clock, and for those of you who have never had migraines, it's like someone comes in, knock you over the head, drags you into a dark room and tortures you for X amount of hours, and in my case it's 48 hours. So, and it always comes when the time is the worst. So I, as I said, was much behind on my preparations, and everything got a bit stressful. But we had a nice day. I'm not going to lie in this video. 17th of May is a glorious day if you're 5 or 10 or 12 or probably also 18. When you're an adult with family, and especially when there are small children in that family, either your own children or grandchildren, there's certain expectations of what you're going to do, and the most important thing is the parade. You're going to walk in the parade, and although we are living in the countryside and our parade is small and it's a relaxed celebration, we have to get there on time. And I'm a kind of perfectionist, which may not come as a surprise to many. So and over the last years after my mother died, we have had a tradition where my family comes here and we have breakfast together. That's fairly common in our celebration, that families eat 17th of May breakfast together. If they're only adults, some have what we call champagne breakfast. That can make the day a short one. But we have of course no alcohol because we have a child here, but when I do 17th of May or a celebration breakfast, I have high expectations on how I'm going to do it. What kind of food, what kind of decorations, and everything have to be a certain way. My daughter asked me, we have been talking about this afterwards, because it got so stressful for everybody. I'm sitting here editing the video now and I have to laugh. I'm shouting at my husband, my daughter is shouting at her boyfriend and her son. Everybody is so stressed and nobody feels like eating, but still we're doing it. And my daughter asked me, can we just have some bread and ordinary breakfast? We have to eat breakfast, everybody, anyways. And I had to be honest and say that no, probably not. It's so hard for me to do that when I know it's a special day. I know myself that well. I know that I will, no matter what we agree upon, I will feel the need to do something special. And I'm sure that many of you are the same way. But this year it got so stressful that we have to, next year we have to find another tradition or another way to celebrate, I think. I have to remind myself, and maybe you too, that I have only been a YouTuber for 4 months, and on 17th of May I felt that I was an unexperienced YouTuber. I have gotten many videos out in that time, so I think I forget sometimes that I don't have much training. But when I was supposed to do, and I had, as I said, a little time, all these preparations and the celebration and filming at the same time, that was a bit too much. So the quality of the footage that I got is not good. And I'm not, 17th of May in Norway is mostly, we have focus on the children, and as many of you I'm sure know, you cannot upload or film children and upload films with children in them if you don't have permission. And of course most of my footage was from when I filmed the parade. I did that head on mostly. So that means that much of what I was filming that day I cannot use. And I got so tired after a while that when we finally got to the boat, and it was blowing so much that day that we just stayed in our port or marina, I hardly filmed at all. I filmed some, but very little. But all in all, it was a nice day, but very, very exhausting for all of us, I think. My husband also I got some nice footage of what we wore that day. My husband also bought, I mentioned in my first video that the real bunad is very expensive. So this year we bought something called a celebration dress, or and it looks a lot like bunad, and I got some very nice footage on how we looked. But we also found a similar kind of celebration suit for my husband, which I also think looks a lot like bunad. It's all in wool, and it was wonderful weather that day, so it's hot to wear bunad or similar clothing. And we were a bit afraid that we would feel like we were wearing fake bunads, if you know what I mean. That it would look like we were trying to look like we had on bunad, but both my daughter and I felt very pretty and nice in our dresses, and both my grandson and my husband had the same kind of celebration suits, and they too felt nice in their clothing. So that was a good investment. My husband also had to, the buttons on the dresses and the suit were, it's not cheap, as I told you. It costs 1,500 for the dresses and 2,000 Norwegian kroner for my husband's suit, but the buttons were sewn on just barely, so we had to sew the buttons, and so yeah, and my husband did that himself. I thought he was so cute while he was sitting there sewing. We had the food, as you can see. We had smoked salmon, we had cheese and crackers, and we had this lefse and salmon and cheese in rolls, egg, avocado, and some more of these lefse rolls. We take cheese, lefse, and this dried, and there you can see my cake. It doesn't look too bad, maybe. Yeah, but I was not pleased. Okay guys, I'll show you what I have from our celebration, and I hope you enjoy. And yes, about the cake. As you see, I made a cake, and I think the cake was finished about 1:30 a.m. On 17th of May, the morning, and I had to go to sleep and get up at about 6 or 6:30. And when I started to bake, I thought that this is too much. I was so pressed for time, and I was so exhausted at that point. You have to make 2 different cakes. The red one is a vanilla cake. It's almost the same as red velvet, but not quite. And the blue cake is what we in Norway call rullekake, and that's a kind of thin cake that you put jam on top and you roll it. I don't know if that's a cake you eat in other countries or if that's very Scandinavian, but you have to make those 2 cakes. And then you have to make a white chocolate cream with lemon that's supposed to be made the day before, and I had not read the recipe through, so that came as a bit of a surprise to me. So it was a bit stressful trying to get the cream cold enough. And what's difficult about this cake is the assembly of the cake. And when we came to that point, I gave up more or less. So my husband had to help. Poor thing, I was yelling at him and so disappointed in myself. And I almost just threw the whole cake in the wall. And I just thought I cannot film any of this. It would just add even more stress to the situation. So I thought, okay, I'll make the cake and then I'll see if we manage to do it, and I can make it later. So please comment below if you want me. I do not want that cake to get the better of me. I want to be able to do it, We almost did it. It wasn't perfect. It was far from perfect, and I got too little cream. So when it came time to decorate it, I just smashed the rest of the cream on top and threw 3 strawberries. It was supposed to be piped in a nice way, and yeah, so I think I would like to try it once more. So if you want to see, please leave a comment, and I'll try to make it again. Okay, now we can go to the celebrations, and I'll leave you with the pictures from the celebration. If you are new and you like this video, up until now I have just been babbling, but I hope you check out my other videos as well, and if you like what you see, I hope you will join our family here on YouTube. I have the sweetest subscribers. It's a very nice group of people to be a part of, and please hit the notification bell. Leave a comment if you want. I love your comments, and I try to answer all of them. I upload about once a week. Thank you so much for watching, and here comes my footage from our 17th of May celebration. Bye! Oh, and another thing. Are you wondering what I'm wearing? Maybe not, but this is a one-piece, and I know that that's a Norwegian brand, and I know that you can buy it outside of Norway. I have seen the Kardashians wearing it, so I know it's possible to get it outside. You look like you have, how do I say that in a nice way, your pants, if you know what I mean. I don't care, I love it. I have been living in this since the evening of 17th of May. It's very hot, and it comes in different styles. This is not sponsored at all. I just love my one piece, and if you were wondering, that's what it is. I'll stand up and I'll give you a footage of yeah, so you can see the whole thing. Now I can say, and you can look at the one piece. Bye! Bye!
Ja. Nick jobbar på. Ja!
Fram med hammer och tang satte de marsche på Stutehånd. De välte den skalk ut i bergaman.